In this video, I'm going to tell you about 3 different views that are available in the Overview module, and I'll tell you which one is good for what. This video is part of our effort to deliver high-quality learning experience for Jira, Confluence, and Jira apps to any users that might be interested. If you want to support that, consider subscribing to the channel, and of course, you can also reach out to us for paid services, which we do offer in these areas. And now back to big picture, back to the Overview module, and let's talk about those views. So there are 3 views available over here. The first one is called hierarchy. Then we also have a timeline, and then after the timeline we also have a Kanban board. Each one of those views has its uses, I think, and it's not like you should use only one of them and disregard all the others. But I also think that some of them work a lot better in certain scenarios, and that's what I want to draw your attention to today. My favorite one out of those 3 is definitely the hierarchy view. Definitely the hierarchy view because I feel like it brings me the most information. And when we are working with our customers and we are designing these views for them as well, most of the time we are working with the hierarchy view. And there are several ways of customizing the look and feel of this view. So what data is presented over here and how it's presented, how it's aggregated, for example. This is something I'm not going to be talking about over here. If you're interested in this, you can always reach out to us and schedule a free call and we will talk about it. But what I want to mention over here is what are the use cases, the most common use cases for all of those views. So this is what I would talk about. So the hierarchy view is, as the name suggests, supposed to show you the hierarchy, which is why you can expand everything that you see over here, and you will always have the parent at the top, the children at the bottom, and you can also set the aggregation of several different formulas, several different fields over here to be aggregated on the level of the parent, so that the aggregation over here shows you the data from the bottom of your hierarchy to the top of your hierarchy. So that's pretty useful, because if you're building, for example, a portfolio and you want to present the portfolio over here, this will be a wonderful view to help you with that. You will be able to drill down and see what's inside the portfolio. You will be able to see the projects, what's inside the projects, and so on. Also, what is quite neat over here is that the sorting mechanism that is available, it's not perfect. So the bad part of sorting mechanism over here is that it doesn't allow you to sort by any field basically that you would like to have over here. So this list is restricted. But what I want to draw your attention to over here is that there is a manual switch over here, which allows you then to kind of set the order of the boxes on the list over here manually, right? So if you want to have a certain order of those boxes, you can always switch to the manual mode and deal with the order this way. So that's one of the things definitely worth exploring. But now let's switch to the next view, which is the timeline view. So the timeline view, which you will see in a moment, is basically a similar view on the left side, presenting also the hierarchy. So that's not so bad at all. But the timeline view, instead of giving you all the other information that you might want to have, is presenting to you the timeline of the boxes. So now, of course, every box that you have in BigPicture has a start and end date. And that's exactly where this view is taking its information and how it's presenting the data to you, right? So every box will have a beginning, every box will have an end. Therefore, it can be presented on a timeline. There you go. And of course, if you expand the box, you will see other boxes that are children of that box inside, and you will be able to see how they are laid out in time so that it's maybe easier to manage them. Not only this, but you can also move those boxes around. And of course, there's also validation over here, so that sometimes when you're not able to move things, the big picture will tell you that it's not able to move a certain box, and it will also give you a reason so that you can do something about it. There are modes enabled over here which control how the box is actually interacting with the children, how the children are interacting with the parent. So that's definitely worth exploring as well. Basically, this view is fantastic for controlling the timeline. Imagine again that we're working with the portfolio, and on the portfolio level, you want to see, okay, I have several projects in my portfolio, how are they connected with one another, right? So some of the projects might be longer, some of the projects might be shorter, they may overlap or not with one another. This one will not allow me to overlap as far as I remember, there you go, but they could overlap with one another. So these are the kinds of information you will be able to get out of this view. But what I want to add is that this view also contains the kind of column view. So if you kind of minimize the timeline, you can also work with the data over here, and you can manage column views and add more columns over here so that this view can actually be quite similar to the hierarchy view. Okay, so if you, I guess what I'm trying to say is that if you want to work with an overview of your timeline, then this is a perfect place for you, but it also allows you to work with the hierarchy kind of view in one place. I still think that if you're just interested in hierarchy, probably working with the hierarchy view over here is easier and better, but definitely the timeline is nothing to sneeze on, and it can also be super, super useful. Now, the last one, the Kanban board, is my least favorite. Now, you might be wondering why, and I think that there are several reasons over here, and I'll try to name all of them. So the first one is, as you can see, the data is presented here to me in columns. So I have columns, not started, in progress, closed, and I have boxes inside those columns. I don't have any information on the hierarchy between those boxes. So that's the first thing I don't like over here. The second thing I don't like over here is that this list of statuses of those boxes, not started, in progress, and closed, is not customizable. So I cannot add a new status of the box, for example, over here, which probably in many cases would be really cool. And we definitely have customers that are asking for it, but we are not able to do it here. So we have to find some workarounds to be able to provide this functionality anyway. Another thing that I don't like over here is that the information that you're looking at here is limited, right? So what if I want to add something over here to this card of my box? Am I able to do this or not? Well, I'm not able to do this because I don't have any option here or allowing me to do it, right? And the last thing that I totally despise over here is that there is also a progress bar here presenting to me the progress of the box. But it's not written anywhere here on this screen. Where is this progress coming from? And I can tell you right now that this progress is not coming from the progress of the tasks, issues, epics, whatever you have inside that box. It doesn't look at it at all. This progress comes only from the relative position of this box compared to so it takes the start and end date of the box and looks like where are we today, So if it shows 57%, it means that basically 57% of this box, and of course I mean its contents, should have already been done. But we don't know if it's true, we don't know if it's false. This information is not contained anywhere over here. So this is why, and the progress of work is a very important information. This is something that you want to have, and you want to have it as accurately as possible. Therefore, if you really want to have the progress of the box that is meaningful to you, you will get it from the hierarchy view, you will get it from the timeline view, but not from over here. And so combining all of those four things that I've mentioned in regards to this Kanban view, I don't think that it's really useful. I wouldn't probably even notice for a while if it would be gone from here, because I'm not using it at all. I can live without it completely. It's not something that I will cry about at night when it's gone, unless it gets improved, and then it can be really useful. And it can provide some value to the way we are doing work while talking with our customers, while working with our projects. Otherwise, it's, for me, at least right now, it's just a waste of time. All right, so this is what I wanted to show you today. 3 views and my thoughts regarding all of those 3 views. Hopefully this was helpful. If you think that this video helped you in any way, consider giving it a like, and consider subscribing to the channel as well for more useful information in the future regarding BigPicture, any other project management apps Jira and Confluence, of course, included, which we will be posting into the channel in the future. And if this has been interesting and you feel like the journey with BigPicture is something that you don't want to do by yourself, then we have what it takes to help you overcome any obstacles that you will encounter with this tool. We did it with many of our customers. We are constantly working with more companies reaching out to us for help regarding BigPicture. So just drop us a note, reach to us in any way that is comfortable to you, and we will speak further about how we can help you reach your goals with BigPicture, or actually maybe other app that will be more suited to your requirements, to your needs in the Atlassian ecosystem. All right, thank you very much. That's all. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video.